Welcome back to the channel, everybody. What's up? It's your boy D, and I got a lot of information today to give to y'all, right? And thank you for rocking with me, right? To all the subscribers, appreciate y'all, especially the new ones too that just joined the past couple days, right? I didn't make a video yesterday because nothing, really came out, like no news. The price went up a little bit, but the price went back down today, all right? So I didn't see any point of making a video yesterday. But yeah, let's start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor, right? This is not financial advice, right? So don't take it as that. Take it for educational, entertainment purposes only, all right? And yeah, what I gotta say for the, to the short sellers is tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, all right? Time is ticking. They're running out of time and they're trying to get you to sell, all right? I'm gonna explain to you guys, kind of what I researched and what I've been looking at with the short sellers of AMC and the ape dividend, right? And especially with all that FUD that has been coming out. I always just try to make sure I have the receipts and I find out, do my own research and due diligence, as you should as well. Always do your own research and due diligence, and manage your own money. Don't let people manage it for you, right? Especially if they're not financial advisors, right? So you have to be willing to manage your own risk, right? So yeah, guys, that's all I really want to say, is that this information is important. I think it'll clear up your head a little bit. It has cleared up mine, and that's why it's all about being cool, calm, and collected. And that's how knowledge is power, right, guys? And that's my goal here, right? To the family, right? I always want to try to bring some kind of value, some kind of education, some kind of way for everybody to learn. And I'm not an expert by any means, right? I have experience. I've been in a lot of trades, and I've made money in the markets, and I've lost money in the markets, right? Nobody always makes money in the market because it's risk. It's you have to do your own moves, and you have to plan them out, and it depends when you get in, when you get out, and so on. So it can be tricky, all right? And I get why people sometimes feel lost and whatnot, but I really have dedicated a lot of time to this, and done a lot with the stocks and the stock market, all right? So yeah, guys, let's jump into the information. All right, we're gonna take it back to the whiteboard because I feel like that method really helps everybody. So let's just start off with this. I wrote this out today, so it's kind of explaining the ape dividend and the shorts, all right? Because kind of what's been in my head is what's going on, what's gonna happen with these shorts, right? As we know, there's 95 million shorts, which is 18.45%, and I just got this number today from Fintel, all right? And Ortex. So that's what it's currently at, right? And everybody's like, well, I thought they had to buy by Monday, right? By Tuesday and all that. And I'm gonna explain to you that no, we're just gonna go down this way, and then we're gonna go down this way. So from what I see, right, the short sellers, they're not going to be receiving the dividend, right? That's why Adam Aaron calls it a dividend, right? He's not calling it a share split because this is going as a payout to somebody, all right? So they're responsible for paying the ape share, these 95 million. So that's my other question, like, are we gonna for sure not have 95 million? Sorry, we're not gonna have 95 million people that are going to not receive their shares, right? But because if these guys don't pay, if they don't pay it to whoever they borrowed this from, right, which should be the broker, this is my question, right? They have to pay, right? So this will bring buying pressure to ape, is what I believe, right? Because now if these people, these shorts don't close out by Friday, on Monday they will still be responsible for 95 million ape shares, right, to be paid out to the lender, right? So try to understand that, right? The short sellers, they do not own the shares, so they become responsible for paying the dividend, right? The ape price, nobody knows, guys. There's some information on AMC, right? But nobody knows the exact price on what it's going to open. I don't think that information is available till August 22nd when ape goes live. Shorts have to pay, so they're losing profits, potential profits, right? They stay in it. It's going to cost them not only the fees, the cost of borrow fees, but it's going to cost them, like I've been saying, the AMC share and the ape share. The ape share is a variable. That's why they're putting all this fear, right? So people will sell right away, right? Personally, I'm not gonna sell, and I'm gonna be holding them in my Fidelity account, my AMC shares and my ape shares, all right, and my Webull account. And then so go down. Shorts have to pay, right? So they're losing money there. Brokers have to replace the credits in the IOUs. This is why I've been thinking about it, and because this is the trap. The trap is ape, right? We need to see if the brokers, the shorts, and the hedgies have been telling the truth, right? Because they say there's no synthetic shares, all right? But if people do not receive their ape share, They're going to expose, right? Where are these shares? There's going to be a lot of questions. Where are my shares? Where are my ape shares, right? Because from the company, they said AMC, they're supposed to be in your brokerage account by August 22nd. Now, it might take 2 or 3 days, right, at most, but from the company, they said August 22nd. So Adam can't please everybody, all right? Some people were saying, oh, why is he doing this? We can't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. He did it. I'm sure this took months and months of planning with lawyers and all this, right? I'm gonna show to you right why it doesn't make sense that he would be willing to screw us, all right? Because if he screws us, everybody's gone. AMC share price goes down and it's all over. If retail leaves, right? If we own the company, the shares, if we leave, that price is no longer gonna be held up by anything, right? So why would he want that? That's the dumbest FUD I had heard this whole week, right? So Ape is going to shareholders, right? This is the difference. This is the checkmate move. These shares are only supposed to be going to AMC shareholders worldwide, all right? Whether it's a retail investor or an institution or whatever, whoever actually owns the shares, they're supposed to be receiving this dividend. So dilution is another FUD, and that would need a vote for AMC shares, right? In order to dilute the AMC pool and by ape shares to be converted, you would need a vote, guys. It's not just going to happen automatically, right? So that's getting like way ahead of ourselves, because the move right now is the ape dividend, right? We're barely here, and people are trying to think of what's going to happen like down the road, in the future, way in the future. Like, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So that's another fear tactic that has been put out there by the shorties, right? So the trap is ape again, because the brokers, the shorts, the hedgies, are they telling the truth? Are they playing by the rules, right? Because AMC pounced and they did it in 2 weeks. They said from the earnings call, they said this is the date. It was about 2 weeks, I think, 3 weeks maybe, until ape goes live. So they need you to sell. This is part of their tactic, right? They want your shares. Today was definitely a short attack, guys, in my opinion, right? Because a week ago, they only had 126 million shares on loan. As of today, there was 136 million shares on loan. Not that all of them were shorted, but they had the ammo, right? In order to be able to bring the price down from 25 to 21 or whatever we're at, right? So not much has changed but the price, all right? Because look, if you have $100, guys, and you split it into 50 and $50, right? Just this is kind of what's happening with AMC. The value is being divided. You at the end of the day, you still have $100, all right? So that's my point of view, guys, all right? Let me get out of this picture here. And I'm finding out, so I did more research on this, right? So how if you are short at the close business on the day prior to the ex-dividend date, all right? So I went to look for more of that. And this is the proof right here, right? So a week ago, 126 million shares on loan. Currently, 136 million shares on loan. 17.92 is what Ortex is reporting, and it's higher, right, as far as the short value. So they owed 2 billion, now they owe about 2.29 billion, right, dollars. So there's that proof. Let's go in here. All right, again, Adam Aaron has explained on his Twitter, guys, like he's doing his part, his best, right, in order to block all the FUD as well. Hyped up by some who may wish AMC harm, anxious messages and fear and dilution that I may screw AMC shareholders. He's letting you know he owns this amount, right? So why would he, if he owns that, why would he want the price to go down, right? His value is in here too, and should vest in 1 to 2 million more AMC shares after taxes by 2024. That's a huge incentive to do what's best for AMC and for you. He's literally telling you right here in black and white, all right? So that's that. Let's read up a little bit here. How do dividends work with short positions? Selling stock short lets you profit from a falling share price once the dangers are having a short position in a stock that may become liable for any dividends paid by the shares you have shorted. Before you short any dividend paying stock, check on the distribution payment dates and take the potential of any upcoming dividends in your trading decision. Right? We know the idea for them. They want to buy the shares back. That's why they say that shorts are guaranteed buyers in the future, right? They want to buy the share back at a lower price. So shorting is selling high and then buying low, basically, right? So to take a short position, you borrow the shares from your broker and then sell them short. To close the trade, you buy the shares, right? Return them to your brokerage firm. Borrowed shares come out of the broker's inventory to the accounts of other investors and the brokerage firm. The point is that the shares you sell short legally belong to someone else. So we're not talking about naked shorting or nothing. We're talking about these 95 million legally borrowed shares of AMC, right? If a stock in which you currently have a short position pays a dividend, you are responsible for the dividend on the shares you have borrowed. When the dividend is due, your broker will withdraw cash from your brokerage account equal to the amount of the dividend paid on the shorted shares. So the broker is the one that's supposed to be handling all this. That's why we got to be careful with the brokers this week, right? And see what they're trying to pull. Like today, there was information about TD Ameritrade that they're trying to delay, right, the delivery of your APE shares, right, because they're scrambling, right, in my opinion, to find these allegedly, right, these shares of AMC. So let's go here. The broker then pays the money to the owner of the shares. So if you, that was the whole, like if you're lending your shares out, you're supposed to receive that payment because the short seller is paying it to you. So if that short seller doesn't have the money, guys, that's how you get liquidations, brokerage, or margin calls, right? That all that can happen from that. Share recalls, right? Oh, you're not gonna pay me, give me back the share. So let's go here. So you should check when the stock typically pays dividends before shorting the shares. You do not want to get surprised by having a dividend payment taken from the cash value of your brokerage account. Ex-dividend date. Any investor who owns shares on the ex-dividend date will be entitled to receive the dividend. The ex-date will be 2 business days before the published record date for the dividend. To avoid paying a dividend of borrowed shorted shares, you should buy back the shares no later than the day before the ex-dividend date. The ex-dividend date for AMC is Monday, right? So they could still pay it back, the shorts. They can close out by Friday and not be liable to pay before the market closes, because that's when supposedly AMC is going to be, paying out the shares, the dividend. The ex-dividend date. If you're still short position on the ex date, you will pay the dividend on the borrowed shares. Okay, I'm gonna clear up some FUD here. That stupid hashtag that came out, right, to delay ape or whatever the hell. That was actually a short strategy, guys. Not to name names, we all know that guy from New York or whatever. I'm not listening to him no more, because check this out. One short selling strategy to look for stocks you predict will reduce or not pay the next scheduled dividend. If the dividend is actually cut or delayed, right, the share price could drop significantly, producing a nice profit on your short position. If the company does not cut the dividend, you may be hit with the double whammy of a rising share price and paying the dividend on the shorted shares. Taking a short position to profit from a possible dividend reduction is a high risk, high reward trade that would weed itself out in a few days around the dividend announcement. So they did not delay the ape, right, as far as I know. So that was actually short sellers a strategy, right, that they used. All right, I already showed you that. All I'm gonna talk about now, right, see the 95 million shares there. All I'm gonna talk about now is this pattern that is forming. I've showed you guys this information before. I'm gonna show you guys this this pattern that's forming here. That's insane. All right, this is currently right now where we're at. This is the 4-hour chart, and what I noticed was when you had this breakup, right, this chop here, I was like, okay, that seems normal. A lot of people freak out, right, because it's bouncing up in here. You get to see the highs, the lows of this. Now I want to show you what comes next, guys. All right, because in my opinion, everything is reset. You have the RSI down low here on the 4-hour. That means that it usually bounces, right, reverses here at some point, starts making its way up, and this is a flag pretty much, right? So you get this triangle here if I was to draw that out, but I put this square because I also highlighted the past movement, and I want to go back. And this was when this broke out, right, of here, and it started making its way up, right? That's why I have that there. I pointed this out before, but to me, it's an algorithm that's in play. All right, same thing, right? So you get this break, goes up, bounces around in the zone, and then when you finally come to this point right here, right, and you get the reversal, guess what comes next, guys? All right, that's what's interesting to me right now. Then you're gonna get the run. We don't know how high it can go, but I'm gonna zoom out in order to show you guys that part, right? You have, this was in June, the pop-up, the breakout of this box, and then you're gone, right? And until it meets again, you're gonna be in the chop. Now this is going to be different because we don't know if they are going to be able to handle it. We don't know if they're going to be able to, control it. So I was not playing, messing with any options on AMC this week. I decided just to write out my shares because I want to see what happens with 8. But look at where we're at. All right. If we can reverse here, we need to see, it would line up with Friday, right? Now that we're on the daily chart, the MACD crossed over right here, right back here in this date on the 5th of July. And it went above, right? You get the bottom and the top. All right. Now what can happen next? We have the RSI underneath. It cooled off, right? It's at 57. This is the setup, guys. This is what can come next, right? Is the big move. This is what should come next with the algorithm. Is you have this big move and we don't know how high it can go. All right. We don't know. The Fibonacci says, between 200 and 300, right? But this is what I'm trying to show you. The MACD, when it crossed over, right, it bounced around, and then you got the big move up ahead. All right, so this is all looking the same. You had the RSI high, it cooled off. So what would happen next? The buying pressure would come in, which means if those shorts do start closing out on Friday, right? I don't know if they will, they might. They do not want to pay the 8 share. Then you get the same exact algorithm move that would, draw the same, move the indicators the same way after that move, all right? But we need to see that if this breaks, then it's going to invalidate and it's going to be pretty bearish at that point. But we're here. This is the exact moment right now as of today where we're at. So I would expect some breakouts here soon, all right? That would make the move because of the algorithm, guys, all right? The algorithm is made to mess with your head, right? And then I just had this clean chart here just to kind of show you the same move, right? You come down, one, swing up, you come down, retest, same thing, right? So you come up, you come down, you come up, you retest, and then it makes the move, right? The options flow has calmed down a lot, which, like I said, I didn't see any reason to play options this week. I'm more excited about the ape dividend. Max pain is 21, which is why they kept trying to hammer it down. Which today, right, this price action, let me show you this. This is a lot of selling, all right? It doesn't make sense to me why, like, this whole section here, right? I mean, it was obviously the shorts just throwing all the shorts that they could because they can still cover by Friday, right? So that's what I think they were doing. And yeah, they were able to knock a lot of options out of the money, but they also had what, almost 3 million, at least 2 million shares that they had available. They brought it down to 350. So there's, in my opinion, more proof that they were using that to hammer us down with. All right. So guys, I just hope you find value in this. This is just my opinion, the way I'm looking at it and what I'm doing. You have to make your own decision when it comes to the squeeze play and what you want to do, but I'm in it to win it, baby. So I wish you guys the best. Buckle up. If this thing starts to take off, you have to just be mentally prepared and emotionally prepared, and you have to have your plan ready. All right, guys. So that's all I can really say to you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Catch you later.